Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
Indiana Tech wasn't just where I got my bachelor's degree. It was where I met my wife and formed a network that helped me get an internship that turned into my first job after graduation. It was an easy decision when choosing where to get my master's degree too. The flexibility of online classes allowed me to go back to school while still building my career. And the professors were always there to make sure I was successful. If someone asks me, why Indiana Tech? I'll say, why not?
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
I already had an associate degree, but I always knew I wanted to earn my bachelor's. Indiana Tech made it possible, even while I was juggling life and working a full-time job. The flexibility of online classes was great, and the professors were always there to help. The connections I made along the way still influence and inspire me in my everyday work. I'd tell anyone thinking about college to enroll in Indiana Tech today. It's one of the best decisions I made, and I'll be going back to earn my master's too.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Well, there's quite a few things I think that I enjoyed about the program. I love learning. To me, it's just like a lifelong journey. Definitely, I enjoyed interacting with the faculty and staff. I am so happy and thankful to be at Indiana Tech and go through the Global Leadership Program. I would definitely do it again. Definitely made me a better person.
Getting a degree is about timing and what's important to you. I'd found a role I was excited about, but I knew in order to set myself apart, I needed to further my education. For me, life was already happening. I was married with 2 kids. I had a manager who had gone to Indiana Tech and had great things to say about it. The flexibility of online classes was great, and the instructors were really supportive. Indiana Tech was everything I needed it to be, right when I needed it.
What's Indiana Tech all about? It's about getting involved and one-on-one interaction. It's about knowing you can afford it and that it will be worth everything in the end. It's about turning your passions into your purpose. And most of all, it's about being a part of it. What are you waiting for? Go for it.
The online class portion of this PhD was extremely enticing because I do work full-time, I teach on the side of that, and I have a family. So the idea of having online courses where you can go at your own pace really does help a full-time professional. So when it's a situation like that, you want to make sure you're at the right place. And I'm really fortunate that I definitely feel like I made the right decision.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
So some of the factors I think that went into deciding to pursue a PhD was, number one, I think the opportunity to really pursue my academic endeavors, and then also the focus on global leadership. I know that through this PhD program that I'm going to have all kinds of new opportunities that I didn't have open to me previously, and would highly encourage anyone considering a PhD program to look at Indiana Tech.
Through my research, I learned there are a lot of leadership programs, but they didn't capture what it takes. And then I realized Indiana Tech was the only program back then that has crafted this pathway for the new generation of global leaders. You come where there's no path and you leave a trail. And that is how I look at my journey here at Tech, and that's what I hope to pursue.
What's Indiana Tech all about? It's about making connections and finding opportunities that lead you to unexpected places. It's about knowing we can afford it and that the payoff in your future will be priceless. It's about doing what you like to figure out what you love. And most of all, it's about being a part of it. So enjoy it, all of it. Go for it.
As a former high school dropout, I am not a typical MBA graduate. To me, getting a master's degree is about learning how to learn and do research, and that's exactly what Indiana Tech did for me. As an adult, going back to school, there were a lot of things to factor in. I have a family, I was working 60 hours a week, so finding time to squeeze in an education was a challenge. The flexibility of online classes made it possible, and the staff was amazing too. I'd tell anyone looking to further their education to look into Indiana Tech.
What's Indiana Tech all about? It's about getting involved and one-on-one interaction. It's about knowing you can afford it and that it will be worth everything in the end. It's about finding opportunities that lead to unexpected places and finding yourself along the way. It's about making connections and finding new ways to make them stronger. It's about turning your passions into your purpose. And most of all, it's about being a part of it. What are you waiting for? Go for it.
Here at Indiana Tech, we call ourselves Warriors. Everybody knows that Warriors fight. They fight for their dreams, they fight for their goals, and they fight alongside fellow Warriors. When something gets in your way, you don't stop, but you keep going. Warriors help fellow Warriors, regardless of experience or prior accolades. Warriors are strong enough to know when they need help, and strong enough to know that every setback is only a set up to win in life, on the job, in the classroom, and anywhere else. Through every cut, bump, bruise, a warrior overcomes every obstacle to achieve their goal, to win the war. So, my fellow Warriors, as you strive for greatness, as you kick down every door and overcome every obstacle to reach your mountaintop, remember you are and always will be a warrior.
Welcome inside the Sport One Parkview Ice House Indiana Tech women's hockey action for you here this afternoon. The first of two for us here tonight. Men's game to follow this one, but first we've got the 7th-ranked women's team taking on a familiar foe that they've already played earlier this season in the Concordia Cardinals. This going to be a non-conference matchup between the two teams who are in the same conference and did a conference meeting earlier this season. Indiana Tech, coming out of the winter break, is 13-3, 1-1 overall. Winners of 3 in a row heading into the holidays. And although it's not relevant for this game, they are 9-1 and top of the conference at this point. Concordia, on the other hand, not exactly what they've been looking for so far. 3-9 overall is their record. Their last time out, they played an opponent on a similar level to Indiana Tech. They took on the Adrian Bulldogs, and unfortunately, it did not go well. 7-0 Friday, 9-0 Saturday, the score for Concordia last time out. They are 3-5 since their last trip to Fort Wayne. That was all the way back at the end of October. So it has been a while, and Concordia really at that point in the season had only played a couple of games because just of a weird scheduling and had games postponed. But either way, in that time, they have taken a couple of wins, 3 of them to be exact. Like I said, they did sweep Aquinas and took a win more impressively off of Lake Superior State and a split against the Lakers, but in the process, they were also swept by Dearborn and, of course, Adrian, as I just mentioned. Indiana Tech coming into this one off the sweep of Penn State with relative ease last time out, 5-1 at home on Friday, still at home, a 8-0 great win to go into the break. And it looks like we are about to do the starting lineup, so we're going to go ahead and pause and take care of business on that front, and then we'll pick up where we left off here momentarily.
Now let's meet the starting lineup. First for the visitors of Concordia. At left wing, number 22, Emma Shore. At center, number 88, Grace Dodson. At right wing, number 97, Kayla Steinman. At left defense, number 55, Sarah Fitzgerald. At right defense, number 13, Marissa Razazuski. And goal for the Cardinals, number 35, Rose Lennon. Concordia's full-time volleyball and Rachel freshman. Starting lineup for your Indiana Tech Warriors. Starting at left wing, a freshman from Somerset, Manitoba, number 19, Haley Grenier. At center, a senior from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, number 71, Georgia Kuzbel. At right wing, a freshman from Bruxelles, Manitoba, number 17, Paris Whitting. At left defense, a senior from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, number 13, Ashley Episcopo. At right defense, the senior from Calgary, Alberta, number 3, Lauren Junker. And in goal for the Warriors, the senior from Montrose, Minnesota, number 35, Izzy Garner. And the rest of the Indiana Tech Warriors. The head coach of the Warriors is Tom Ross, and assisted by and John Sullivan. At this time, we are pleased by the captains of America with the playing of the national anthem.
All right, that is just absolutely fabulous. That is absolutely fabulous. Let's take a look at the Indiana Tech lineup. It's much different from when we were last alongside you. That is a full graphic. How about that? Have not seen one of those for this team in quite some time. You can see the lineup there for yourself. The big one is, of course, going to be Haley Grenier. Her first game here as a member of the Warriors. Finally hit that 18th birthday. The long-awaited debut for her, I'm sure, and gets the start as well. She'll be alongside Kuzbel and a rotating cast of left wingers. You see there, Emily Hardy going to be the 7th defender here tonight. Izzy Varner will be in net. For Indiana Tech, for Concordia, it's going to be Rose Lennon. Last time it was Ava Kingston when they were here, so we'll see if that affects the outcome at all. The last time these two teams met, it's actually closer than you would think, just kind of eyeballing their records. Indiana Tech won 4-0 and 3-0 in those two games. So Concordia playing it close, just have not scored, and scoring's been an issue for them the entire season. Even at this point in the season, 11 games in, or whatever, 12 games in, still no scores in double digits, which I guess that's okay because that's only just a little bit under a point per game. Michaela Steinmetz, the team leader, center ice, second semester, and it's puck drop. And away we go here between the Warriors and the Cards. It's going to be dumped in off the rip here by Concordia. That's Shore. Varner quickly plays it to the near side and out of the zone. Concordia looking for a quick start. There's Steinmetz, linesman in the way, but she gets it right back, feeding into the middle, and then off the back foot of Dodson. Grenier, her first touch trying to clear this one up the wall, but it stays in. Radziewski down into the corner for the opposite 13. That would be Episcopo who moves it along. Good little parallel action there to Kuzbel, and Indiana Tech is able to get it free, but Concordia a good first shift. And now that's probably not exactly how you drew it up, as that allows Indiana Tech to complete the change and get some forecheck action going on here. And Pedamshand doing just that. Juzak will poke check it to herself down low. Cycled again for Pedamshand. Looking to center. Juzak, I don't know if she meant to go right back that direction, but that's what happened. Legault can't seal that one off, and it comes free. Yakachuk. It's a little bit of sauce on that to Calverta, who puts it just off target to Pedamshand, who now dumps it in, and will go for a change. Quick one there for number 8 and that entire line to begin with. Just a quick little, I don't even know if that was 30 seconds, honestly. But you got to respect it. You love the quick shifts. That's what it's all about. Here is Gilmore. Off the skate of Yakachuk. Juzak fans on it and then misfires on the pass to Anderson, who ends up with it anyways down in the corner. Anderson, Gilmore, too far in front of her. Getting in there is Murray. Look at all that space she's afforded. Not even challenged. Gets the shot on. We're going to have a couple of players down, and that is eventually going to draw the whistle. So for Indiana Tech, through the opening stretch of the season, it is Izzy Pedamshand topping the stats chart with 20 points. She also leads with 13 assists. You can do the math there on how many goals she has. It is Megan Yakachuk who leads the team in that particular category with 12, which is already 3 more than she had the entirety of last season, which is good news. But it is still lagging behind the pace she set in her freshman and sophomore seasons. Although that pace, if we're being honest, is probably never going to be sustainable as the team got additional depth, and I think we've kind of seen that hypothesis prove itself. But nonetheless, again, good that she is back on top there. That's what we like to see. Face-off is going to be controlled by Concordia. They'll carry it out of the zone, getting past Terpstra. Anderson, though, with the assistance, takes it away on her backhand. And then look at this. 3 Concordia players going the wrong direction. Has some space now. Does Buller, whose shot is kicked aside there by Lennon. Brought up now by Kazmarek. She'll loft it in deep. Episcopo will be the first to play it for the Warriors and goes right around Steinmetz, but loses her footing just after the fact. You do have a penalty here. This is going to be slashing, and I believe this is going to be on Concordia, and it is. And that is the captain. Not even sure what number it was. It is 88, which is Dodson. So our first penalty of the new year. Happy New Year, by the way. I can't believe I missed that. We have to always start off with the formalities, even though it is the 10th. Happy New Year, everybody. For my Canadian friends, I apologize. I do have to say it, though. Probably not the way you wanted to ring in the new year after that loss, but it doesn't matter because Indiana Tech scores. Wow, poor timing. Power play goal, 10 seconds in. Does not take long at all. And it's going to be Izzy Pettimshand. That is the way that Indiana Tech wanted to start off their new year. Terrific stuff. All right. Not even 3 minutes into this one. And it is already Indiana Tech on the board. But as I was saying, I have to, pat the United States on the back there for that World Junior action. I mean, just terrific stuff. Honestly, I should apologize to our Canadian friends. It's been rough going for them lately, but it's okay. We'll leave it at that. We don't really want to, make anybody feel too bad here. Episcopo gets the poke check on that. Carries it across. Again with that 1-0 lead, courtesy of Pettimshand. Now her 8th goal of the season. Here's Bask, backhands it in, and everybody goes for a change except for Karis Whiting, who I should also mention, back in the lineup after, I think it was a broken wrist, but I don't know for sure. I'm only inferring based on the fact that she was wearing a cast or a sling for like the last 2 months of the fall semester. And was off to a great start before that unfortunate injury, have to say. Here comes Bowler, gets around, and Anderson right there again, who's having a terrific season. We'll see if she continues that in the second half. Here come the Cardinals. Dodson bounces to Kazmarek, and that one is sent wide of Varner. Bowler chipped up ice to Murray. And now she'll barrel ahead, and is totally on her own at the moment. Getting the help from Pettimshand. Centered. Yakachuk. She scores. That, folks, is why we need to be focusing on tying up sticks if we are Concordia. And that is number 13 for Megan Yakachuk. Even strength goal, 15:42 on the clock. And we are quickly worried about what might end up transpiring in this hockey game. But it is still early, so we'll pause that for now. We'll just hold off. Crazier things have happened. Here's Yakachuk. Sent the far side for Pettimshand. It's off her skates. Now comes back up to the neutral zone. Juzak chips this one in. This could be danger again for Concordia. Juzak's shot is turned aside. Rebound is there. And now into the corner are the Cardinals. Up to the point is Gilmore. Gilmore, look at all this. Look at all this. She takes a shot and just sends it wide. My goodness, you can tell which team has been more practiced in the last week or so. I don't even know when everybody returned to campus. But you can definitely tell who was more prepared to start this one. Here comes Kuzbel. Pokes that one by. So with it. Intercepted. That is Benoit. And she gains center and will go for a change. Episcopo brings it ahead for the Warriors. Backhanded it in. Now puts the pressure on Kazmarek. Forces the turnover without even too much trouble. And then cycled but broken up by Kazmarek. Junker pinches in. Keeps it alive. Tries to again. Didn't keep it that time. Sent across. And now one-on-one with some changes coming for Indiana Tech. That one quickly diffused. Murray sent up ice to Grenier. And if that's being said wrong, I do apologize. That's what Google Translate told me and how it was announced by the PA. So I am going with it. There's a shot redirected by Murray on the way. But a save made by Lennon, the sophomore out of Quebec. Richmond, to be specific. Junker's shot is redirected up and hits the end wall but stays in play. Bowler backhanded out to the right point for Calverto. Walks the line a little bit. Low shot Well, redirected low, I should say. It was comparatively low. It was about waist level on its way. Not with a whole lot of speed, and ended up dropping down. Might have been helped there by Murray with another tip. Calverta standing her ground. Doesn't work out that time, though. Here's a slot shot that goes high of the mark from Kazmarek. Big collision there. That's going to probably end up on Bowler, and it will as Varner makes the save. And Concordia will get a power play opportunity here on the roughing call to the co-captain. We do thank everyone for joining us here on this, what is turning into, and it's projected to turn into, a very snowy late afternoon, evening, and night here in Fort Wayne, which personally is not what I want to see. I was in Florida for part of the break and very much miss that these days. But we do, of course, appreciate you joining us. Joe Hacker, Doug Foy alongside you here this afternoon. And for all of, I think, 6 more weeks, maybe even 5 for the women's team. I think that 6th week is strictly for the men's conference tournament. I didn't get that deep in my counting of it. Here is Juzak, though, off the face-off. Only a handful of more games here for this women's team. I think they might have 3, maybe 4 more home games. We've got Dearborn, I think, in a couple of weeks on Sunday, which is strange. That one is sent all the way down on the penalty kill, by the way. We've got Adrian again, and I think 2 against Rhode Island. So I might be missing something, but I think we've just got 4 more. Icing on the power play. Hate seeing that, but it is the way things go. 123 on the advantage for Concordia. 12:25 on our clock here. Face-off won by Murray. Her shot goes just wide off of the draw, wasting no time. Whiting and Murray trying to keep that one in, but can't. Murray will just send it in. Again, Indiana Tech is on the penalty kill here. Terpstra over to Whiting. Broken up there. That is by Orkish. Bouncer for Benoit. Comes to her. Her shot through the legs of Hardy, but into the glove of Varner for a whistle with 11:57 to go in the first period and 55 seconds on the Concordia power play. Face-off is won by the Cardinals. Kazmarek down the wall, gets it right back. One-timer redirected by Petumshand and then off of a Concordia player in the slot. Juzak able to chip this one out and then is forced off the play, but Petumshand finishes the job and sends it down behind the Concordia net. Juzak there on the forecheck, rushing Kazmarek, and now she will eventually trade that positioning off with Petumshand as the Cardinals settle it down and now come the other way. Across the attacking line is Shore. Comes across, Steinmetz shot, shoulder saved by Varner, nicely done. Junker knocked off her stick. Good move going the other way. Kick saved from Varner. And then backhanded out to the point and back into the corner. Bad angle shot, and Varner strong early as she catches that one with 5 seconds to go on the power play. So Concordia, a couple of good opportunities there, just can't finish anything off due to the couple of quality saves there from the Indiana Tech goaltender. Anderson comes straight through on the draw and forces it out to neutral ice as we come back to 5-a-side. Fucha, errant pass, sent back down by Legault. Knocked down by Murray. Murray, nice move. Down she goes. That's right in front of the referee. And now Indiana Tech, another opportunity on the power play. Last time, all it took them was 10 seconds. Let's see what it is going to be this time on the tripping call to Orkish. I got to tell you what, folks. We need to bump the music up a little bit here in this facility today. I might have to text my guy, Jack. It was too quiet during warm-ups. It's too quiet right now in between the whistles. We got to get the atmosphere going, you know. That's neither here nor there, though. I'm not in charge of the entertainment here. Up top, Terpstra. Murray looks, moves. Nope, knocked away. Here's Yakachuk. Switches off with Murray. Now comes again to Terpstra. And not a bad idea, just nobody over there. And that one is cleared. So Concordia takes care of business there on the first 30 seconds. And Terpstra will stop up behind the Warrior net and get this breakout started. First pass goes to Bowler. Gains the attacking line. And is going to try and slow this one down, but has no support on the blue line as both of those players went for a change. Now Episcopo backs this all the way up, and we'll do it again. Episcopo taking this one herself. Has all the open ice in the world to skate into. Trying to go around one. Winds up behind the net. Backhanded into some open ice, but first one to touch it is going to be Schuyler. But the Warriors know we got a penalty coming from the back official. And we're going to have interference here. I think this is going to be on Bowler again. So 2 early trips. Folks, I should tell you, if you're hoping for fewer penalties in this game with the officiating crew we have here today, that is not going to happen. We are going to continue on this pace the entire game. And actually, it might mitigate my complaint that I will yet again briefly address about the spacing, the unnecessary spacing between our 2 games today. But considering the current pace of penalties, that complaint might not even matter. So we'll see. Unfortunately, we are just going to have to deal with it, despite the pain that it might cause us internally. Sometimes that's how it is. Here comes Gilmore up ice. We are at 4-on-4 for about 30 seconds after the penalty to Bowler. And then it will, of course, be about a minute and 20-ish, give or take, seconds of a power play for Concordia on the other end. Murray bounced out to the point for Gilmore, takes an extra second, and then goes back down the wall. Gilmore down low, played by McCarthy, sheds the pressure from Whiting. That one does get nearly intercepted by Pedamshan. Not quite, though. Calverta gains center, dumps it in. That is too many. I guess they're going to say no because she was halfway over the wall. Whatever floats your boat, frankly, doesn't bother me any. Far side is Collins taking a look. That one onto the heel of the stick of Emma Shore. Comes across the line, drop pass. Collins, her shot right through the legs of Hardy, but good vision by Varner to make the save. Now Pedamshan working the other direction. Has Juzak to help out. Takes a shot herself, but it's turned aside and into the corner by Lennon. Kazmarek had it behind the net. Let it go. Comes up to the neutral zone now, and Hardy under a little bit of pressure as Collins takes it back. It is now a power play for the Cardinals, as it has been for a bit now. About 20 more seconds to go before we're back to even strength. Dodson fakes the slap shot and then sends that one about 1.5 feet wide of the net. Terpstra. Plenty of room to skate out of the zone here. That's going to quickly disappear, but she finds a nice passing lane for Whiting. Back to 5-on-5 now as that puck is dumped in by Whiting. And hopefully you're not hearing that, but I'm getting a little static in my headset. I think we might be past that now, though. But the good news is we do have a reserve in case of a fatal error on this. This is actually a brand new headset, by the way. It's not even like, this is probably 2 months old, so it better not be already causing me problems. It's not like it's been sitting out in the car for the last month and a half. Behind the Concordia goal line, it is going to be Hubbard. Gets it up the wall. And now onto the stick of Junker. Junker across the line. She's taken down. No penalty coming. Maybe she just tripped over the blue line. That's okay. It does happen. Legault over to Bask. 6.5 or so to play here in this opening period of the opening game of 2025. Juzak. Over to Legault. Padam Shan chips this one in deep. Comes around to Ratajkowski. Sealing off the wall, though, is Yakachuk. Juzak pressuring here. Padam Shan has it go right around her, looking for the poke check. Legault moves over and has this one. Tries to go right back up the strong side, but fans on it. Now she does. Kicked out to the middle. This could be a potential look for Yakachuk, but just not able to get over there quite in time. Now she's all on her own here. Goes 1-on-4. The reinforcements join the attack here. Yakachuk still soaking up the pressure. Good move. Yakachuk with some sticks up on her stick. Didn't quite get up into the hands. Murray up top, goes around one. Murray, far side her shot, and that one didn't even get to the net. Anderson picks it up off the deflection. Cycled down low for Murray, who goes down to the ice. Anderson getting involved. Concordia defender without their stick. Up top, almost too strong for Terpstra, but she's able to recover. Gets it right back. Terpstra just wants to send this one down low. Redirected to the wall. Then Murray played it down into the corner for Bowler. Bowler up top for Terpstra. Terpstra with the drive. Redirected, and she scores! Redirected off of a Concordia defender. I think that was Collins. And Haley Terpstra has the Warriors up 3-0 here with 4:52 left in the first period. Indiana Tech well on their way to surpassing their goal output in the previous 2 games that these two teams played. Off to a hot start on offense here in the new year. Episcopo, far side. See if the Warriors can add one more here in the first period. Hardy beaten to the puck there by, I think that is Dodson down low, skating with a purpose. Cross ice pass from Bask to Rogers. Rogers in towards the middle. Her shot easily turned away by Lennon. Whiting, Junker. Watkins taking on 2 Indiana Tech players, and eventually it comes to Calverta and taken care of there by Lennon. Rebound is played by Orkish. Turned over, though, to Junker. Junker with some traffic in front. Redirection is there from Yakachuk, but goes wide. Racing to the puck is Padam Shan as it bounces back out towards the goal line. Junker, D-to-D for Calverta, a weak one-timer, but gets there either way. Juzak picks it up behind the goal. Juzak tries Junker again. Junker back down low. And we do have a penalty coming. Surprise, surprise. It's going to be a high stick. And I think that this should be on Concordia. It looks like it is. And this is going to be the second of the game on Grace Dodson. So we're off to a quick pace in both goals and penalties here. 3 goals, 5 penalties. Really making sure I am utilizing the printer ink that I used to get my game sheet for this game, which I somewhat respect, but I would be perfectly fine letting that penalty section stay very, very open. Power play, obviously, for Indiana Tech. Up top for Episcopo. Goes right around one. No problem. Around a couple more. Backhand feed looking for Kuzbel. Couldn't connect. Kuzbel is not going to get to that one in time, and Indiana Tech, in no rush, is just going to go ahead and back this one all the way out to their own zone. Bowler. Her shot. Kick save. Rebound for Legault. Another one still sitting there. And that is just sent wide by Bowler after Legault also couldn't finish it off. Cleared all the way down, though, by Concordia with 1:10 to go on the power play. And somehow I am way ahead on the clock, by the way, folks. So I'm about 9 seconds ahead, just for your own reference. Not sure how that happened, but that's okay. Here's Murray. Sticking with it. Murray. Juzak. Left side now, Yakachuk. Top of the point, Terpstra. Fanned on that pass, but right idea to Murray, and then too soft on the way back. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Spring training not quite starting yet, but Terpstra in the right spirit. Either way, though, that was just a messy scene there for Indiana Tech. It's all good, though. You'd rather have those when you're winning 3-0 than 1-0. Yakachuk. With 20 seconds still on the power play, as we're at about 1:50 on the clock. Spin around backhander right in front of the net by Pettimshand. And sent all the way down that time by Shore. So Concordia is able to relieve the pressure. Inside the final minute and a half of this first period now. This one is set to be icing, and they do call it as it goes a little bit long. And now we'll go ahead and correct the clock. So I'm not sure how we got way off the mark on that, but that's okay. Knocked away there by Whiting. Comes on to the stick of Hubbard. Knocked off by, I think that's Grenier down there. Gilmore, wrist shot. That is Grenier, who was right in front. Sent up the wall by Concordia. Bask sends it right back down. And the Indiana Tech forwards, aside from Bask, decide that it's time for a line change. 35 seconds still to go here, first period. Gilmore. Given over to Legault. Comes up to Anderson. She'll take it across. Anderson has a couple of players there help and almost caught Lennon going the wrong way with the pass to Murray, but Lennon able to recover and make the save. 10 seconds now. Anderson. Down to 5. Needs to make a quick play here. Has her stick lifted, and that should just about do it for the first period. And Indiana Tech leads it 3-0. So ordinarily, we would go ahead and jump straight into a commercial break here, which we will in a moment. But before that, a quick personal announcement on my behalf. After kind of pondering it over the break, I've decided that this season is going to be my last as the play-by-play voice of Indiana Tech hockey. So after tremendous 3.5 years, decided it is kind of just time to move on and do something a little bit different. Won't really go into the reasons why and waste everyone's time. I think the easiest way to summarize is say that I am ready to enjoy these games with a beer instead of a roster in my hand. And I do plan on doing exactly that next season and in the years to come. So with that said, though, we will go ahead and jump into some new commercials as well. New year, new commercials. I'm sure our long-standing viewers really appreciate that. So with that said, you've been watching Indiana Tech Women's Hockey, brought to you by Summit City Sports.com.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professional. professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Indiana Tech wasn't just where I got my bachelor's degree. It was where I met my wife and formed a network that helped me get an internship that turned into my first job after graduation. It was an easy decision when choosing where to get my master's degree too. The flexibility of online classes allowed me to go back to school while still building my career. And the professors were always there to make sure I was successful. If someone asks me, why Indiana Tech? I'll say, why not?
Well, there's quite a few things I think that I enjoyed about the program. I love learning. To me, it's just like a lifelong journey. Definitely, I enjoyed interacting with the faculty and staff. I am so happy and thankful to be at Indiana Tech and go through the Global Leadership Program. I would definitely do it again. Definitely made me a better person.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
I already had an associate degree, but I always knew I wanted to earn my bachelor's. Indiana Tech made it possible, even while I was juggling life and working a full-time job. The flexibility of online classes was great, and the professors were always there to help. The connections I made along the way still influence and inspire me in my everyday work. I'd tell anyone thinking about college to enroll in Indiana Tech today. It's one of the best decisions I made, and I'll be going back to earn my master's too.
Through my research, I learned there are a lot of leadership programs, but they didn't capture what it takes. And then I realized Indiana Tech was the only program back then that has crafted this pathway for the new generation of global leaders. You come where there's no path and you leave a trail. And that is how I look at my journey here at Tech, and that's what I hope to pursue.
What's Indiana Tech all about? It's about making connections and finding opportunities that lead you to unexpected places. It's about knowing we can afford it and that the payoff in your future will be priceless. It's about doing what you like to figure out what you love. And most of all, it's about being a part of it. So enjoy it, all of it. Go for it.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
As a former high school dropout, I am not a typical MBA graduate. To me, getting a master's degree is about learning how to learn and do research, and that's exactly what Indiana Tech did for me. As an adult going back to school, there were a lot of things to factor in. I have a family, I was working 60 hours a week, so finding time to squeeze in an education was a challenge. The flexibility of online classes made it possible, and the staff was amazing too. I'd tell anyone looking to further their education to look into Indiana Tech.
What's Indiana Tech all about? It's about getting involved and one-on-one interaction. It's about knowing you can afford it and that it will be worth everything in the end. It's about finding opportunities that lead to unexpected places and finding yourself along the way. It's about making connections and finding new ways to make them stronger. It's about turning your passions into your purpose. And most of all, it's about being a part of it. What are you waiting for? Go for it.
Here at Indiana Tech, we call ourselves warriors. Everybody knows that warriors fight. They fight for their dreams, they fight for their goals, and they fight alongside fellow warriors. When something gets in your way, you don't stop, but you keep going. Warriors help fellow warriors, regardless of experience or prior accolades. Warriors are strong enough to know when they need help, and strong enough to know that every setback is only a setup to win in life, on the job, in the classroom, and anywhere else. Through every cut, bump, bruise, a warrior overcomes every obstacle to achieve their goal, to win the war. So, my fellow warriors, as you strive for greatness, as you kick down every door and overcome every obstacle to reach your mountaintop, remember you are and always will be a warrior.
Welcome back inside the Sport 1 Parkview Ice House. 3-0 our score here through one period. We'll take a look at how we got here. It started off with a quick power play goal from Izzy Pedamshan, not even 3 minutes into the hockey game. Indiana Tech scores again only a couple of minutes later. Still within the first 5 minutes of the game. This time it is Megan Yakachuk finding the back of the net. And then moving right along, we did have one more goal that period. This was the one from Terpstra that gets redirected by a Concordia defender that just totally fools the goalie. And that's kind of as easy as they get for Terpstra right there, having that one redirected in by the other team. So with that said, really nothing else to cover. I'm not going to go into the laundry list of penalties. We'll see you on the other side of this commercial break. Indiana Tech Women's Hockey, SummitCSports.com.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Indiana Tech wasn't just where I got my bachelor's degree. It was where I met my wife and formed a network that helped me get an internship that turned into my first job after graduation. It was an easy decision when choosing where to get my master's degree too. The flexibility of online classes allowed me to go back to school while still building my career. And the professors were always there to make sure I was successful. If someone asked me, why Indiana Tech? I'll say, why not?
Well, there's quite a few things I think that I enjoyed about the program. I love learning. To me, it's just like a lifelong journey. Definitely, I enjoyed interacting with the faculty and staff. I am so happy and thankful to be at Indiana Tech and go through the Global Leadership Program. I would definitely do it again. Definitely made me a better person.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
What's Indiana Tech all about? It's about making connections and finding opportunities that lead you to unexpected places. It's about knowing we can afford it and that the payoff in your future will be priceless. It's about doing what you like to figure out what you love. And most of all, it's about being a part of it. So enjoy it, all of it. Go for it.
And welcome back inside the Sport One Parkview Ice House. We are ready to go. Second period action here, and we are back underway. The Warriors lead it 3-0 as we get started for the middle frame. That pass through the middle for Concordia is off target. And now the Warriors an opportunity the other way. This is Grenier. Grenier can't get her shot off before it is poked away by the stick of a Concordia defender. Out to Junker up at the top. There's a one-timer that Episcopo doesn't get all of. Bit of a roller. Pettermshand lost an edge and went flying into the wall. Still slow to get up behind the net and totally No, she's just limping a little bit. Looks like I think she can be all right here, though. Thought for a minute maybe she really messed up the blade the way she was initially skating, but it's all good. Looks fine now. Pettimshan wanted to go across to Yakachuk, who had just jumped off the bench. Couldn't get it through. Here's Juzak. Pettimshant here. Yakachuk involved as well. Juzak to Yakachuk is knocked off the puck and then hammered into the corner by Legault. Played again by Pettimshant. Looking to feed a pass through to Yakachuk, but it's turned over. Now Dodson the other way in transition. Fake slap shot. Wrister easily deflected up and out of play by Izzy Varner. See if Concordia can get on the scoreboard here. In their last 6 games, scored 6 goals, but that is not including their games against Aquinas. Those games are a bit of outliers, 4-0 and 7-0. And Aquinas, not quite comparable competition to the other teams they were playing. Here comes Bowler with an extra step. Bowler is turned aside. Terpstra sends that one back down low. Anderson. Gilmore tried to get it into the corner, but knocked away. Using the body positioning there was Benoit, but not to great effect. Gilmore gains the line and sends this in. McLaughlin. Rogers. Now back down the ice for Episcopo. Comes around to Whiting. Gets past her and out of the zone. Hubbard out to Episcopo. Backhanded in. Rolls on net. Played now by Hubbard. Bask. To Whiting. Top of the point, Hardy. Fans on the shot, and Concordia not able to capitalize. They are going to draw a penalty, though. That is going to be hooking or holding. Take your pick on Hardy. But either way, it is going to be a Concordia power play. That doesn't quite fall into the category of ones you have to take, but that falls into the category of ones that are not necessarily bad to take, if you ask me. It would be a 2-on-1 the other direction. You can take your chances. Honestly, they probably have a better chance trying to kill this than they would on 2-on-1. But those could be famous last words here, so we'll see what happens. But Indiana Tech been strong on the PK thus far in this hockey game. Junker wrestles it free. We've got a penalty coming now on Concordia. And I think that decision by Hardy has been proven right, as we're now going to be evened up at 4-on-4 as Collins will take a slashing penalty. Good effort there from Junker to take that one away and draw the penalty. Now 4-on-4, plenty of open ice for the creative Izzy Pettimshant here. Out there with Murray, Calverta, and Junker. A good look here for Indiana Tech to try and extend that lead to 4-0. This is Pettimshant behind the net, looking at her options. Tries to feed through to Junker. Junker through the goal mouth, but Murray no longer posted up in the crease. Comes out to the point. Junker handles. Pettimshant toe drags. Pettimshant shoots and scores! That's what I'm saying, folks. That was a good look the whole way. Never a doubt. 4-0 Indiana Tech. Great work here from the Calgary duo. Junker, Pettimshant, good move. Look at that. No problem. Pettimshant, second of the game. This one, 4-on-4. The other one, a power play goal. And now up to double digits in goals as well, with 10 goals and at least 13 assists. I don't think she has an assist on any of the other goals tonight. But I don't track that, so I don't know. And the live stats have not worked since my first full season doing this, so I don't even bother checking anymore, which is fine. Here is Juzak. Stops up, works it up high for Gilmore. Still 4-on-4, by the way. There's a shot through, but it doesn't get through to the net as it's caught up in the shin pads of Yakachuk. Yakachuk keeps this one in, backhanded over to Gilmore. Take a look. Juzak all alone right in front of the net as Concordia now gets themselves organized. Yakachuk, oh my goodness. That would have been disrespectful. Icing signaled for here, and that will be called with 15:51 on the clock. 33 seconds still on the penalty to Hardy, and 55 on the penalty to Collins. And, folks, I'm going to have to apologize at this point in the broadcast. Had a little bit of a dry, scratchy throat this week, and I can feel that starting to take its effects here. So might have to be covering the mic a little bit here, a little cough action. So hopefully I can save it in time before bursting anybody's speakers. Should be able to, though. I'm a veteran at this point. We'll just call it like that. Here is Whiting. Taken away by Croft. Comes over to Benoit. Benoit can't get it on net. Varner sealing the post and does make the save with 15:29 in the period and 11 seconds on the penalty to Hardy before the brief 21-second power play to Indiana Tech. Episcopo will rim this around for Terpstra. Circles back, buys some time. 3 seconds becomes 2 and 1. And now it's a power play for Indiana Tech. You see it right there. Stepping out of the box is Hardy. Here comes Murray on the attack. Switches lanes. Murray still hanging on to it. Patient with the puck. Has one coming down the wall. Trying to, not really doing the wall. I don't even know what I'm talking about. We'll just leave that. Fanning on it is Episcopo. Cleared out to the neutral zone for Terpstra. Backhanded to Murray, and now you might also see that as we are back to 5-on-5, and we might have a goal from Rogers, but not that time around as Lennon makes the save. Rister was low to the ice from Calverta. Rebound sent wide by Anderson. Corner now, it's going to be Juzak, who I believe her birthday is today. We've had like 4 for this team in just like the last 2 weeks and a half alone. Here's Steinmetz, though. Is she going to have a birthday present for Juzak? No, she's not. That's very rude. Anyways, but so I think Terpstra was either yesterday or a couple days ago. Obviously, Grenier, give her shout out as well. And I think it was Gilmore might be the other one, but feel free to yell and scream at me and call me rude names if I'm wrong. Here's Pettimshand. 14 minutes, 5-on-5, 4-0 our score. Junker's shot kicked away and just missing on the rebound was Yakachuk, just out of her reach. Here's Legault. Look at this. Opens up for her shot. Rebound is onto the stick of Orkish, who can't quite clear it out of the zone. It does bounce off of the stick of Grenier and then out. Onside play as Junker carries it across. Lost it in her skates. While we're doing some housekeeping items, also Allie Green not here today. I believe that is because she is in Italy right now for the World University Games thing. So that must be sick. Congratulations to her. And, of course, have to be rooting for the team from the United States of America. Dumped out of the zone. That's off the glass. This is going to go all the way down and be icing with 13:09 to go. Joe Hacker, Doug Foy with you here on this Friday becoming evening. I still determine this to be afternoon. 4:58 here local time. But honestly, we really don't even have evening here this time of year in Fort Wayne because it's gray and miserable looking almost all day, every day, and then it just goes pitch black. So we don't even really have evening. For as much, at least I'm concerned, we don't have evening. I just call it we have day and then we have night at this time of year. So whatever. Here's Gilmore into the corner. Doesn't have a lot of support on that side of the ice. Does get it up to Terpstra, though. The lone other player on that side. Oh, my goodness. That was almost brutal. We'll collect our composure, though. That's okay. Didn't bite him. Dumped back in by Indiana Tech. That is not the best decision I've ever seen. Here is an offensive play from Episcopo, but helping herself out a little bit on that one with the poke check was Orkish. And now we've got Episcopo falling far side of the ice, too. Not sure what that's all about, but we'll move on. Croft. Piece of her taken by Hardy, but really that's just incidental contact. Thank the Lord above that there is no penalty called on that. I might have cried real tears if there was. And I'm talking real tears, not like fake tears, not figurative, real ones. Thankfully, though, they didn't make me do that. Here's Yakachuk. Inadvertently kicks it out of the zone. That'll do either way. Too high there. Sent across for Benoit. That's a freebie for Hardy. Sent ahead. This rolls down onto the stick of Watkins. Yakachuk. Out high. Plenty of traffic. Dropped off to Episcopo. Looking for a better look. Didn't really get one. Still controlling, though, are the Warriors until Pettimshan kind of forced out of the zone here. Hardy will just send it right in as Indiana Tech trying to complete a whole line change here, and they do so successfully with that short change of this period. They just get right back on the attack. Whiting. Stripped away by Watkins. Backhanded up onto the stick of Benoit, and fans on the pass. It's an easy takeaway for Kuzbel. Kuzbel, far side, knocked away from her by Collins, and sent off the wall for Croft. Hardy, poke checks that one. Actually, I think that's Calverta. It is Calverta. Here's Junker. Junker still with it, comes across the line. Her shot off the side of the net. Rebound is collected by Collins. Drop back for McLaughlin and hammered off the wall to the neutral zone for Calverta. Calverta drops it back further for Junker. Near side for Murray. Redirected in. And giving chase is Bowler. Wins that race with McLaughlin. Those two collide and McLaughlin down to the ice. Bowler, though, keeping up the pressure, has Murray in support. Comes out front. Legault is going to get there. Bouncer. And eventually that would have been quite a play there. That would have been great had it worked out for Murray. Really got some good heat on that one, too. Here's Gilmore. Shot doesn't get through. We've got a penalty called by the back official, and this is going to be interference. And it is yet another penalty on Concordia. This is going to be on McLaughlin. .9:46 on the clock. Go ahead and correct this. And face-off is won by really nobody. Still tied up there, and eventually it is going to be controlled by Indiana Tech. This is Yakachuk up top. Over to Terpstra. Far point. Looking to feed through to Murray, but it was too far in front. Yakachuk just unable to keep it in. Now here comes the pressure from Concordia. Dodson, situation developing, but she'll just fire that one near side. An easy save there for Varner. And Indiana Tech maybe bailed out a little bit on that one. 1.5 minutes to go still on their power play. Here's Yakachuk, loads it up. And I think that did hit off of Lennon before being redirected off the side of the net. Center point Terpstra. Left side Juzak, back up top. Terpstra now for Yakachuk right side. Into the middle, just opened up for to get it to Murray. Terpstra soaks up the pressure. Juzak, give and go with Murray. Not Murray, Pettimshand, excuse me. Nearly worked out. Murray is there now and sends it down low for Pettimshand. Inside of a minute on the power play. Kuzbel onto the scene as Pettimshand sends the shot. That is saved by Lennon. I'm just all over the place right now, folks. I mean, I am rusty. This is ridiculous. I'm miscalling players all over the place. This is an embarrassing display. Absolutely disgraceful. This is not how we set the tone for 2025. Need to live up to the standard that's being set on the ice right now. You know, they're cooking down there, and I'm not here. I'm still coming back from the break. Indiana Tech, though, has been in fine form so far this afternoon. We'll see if they will be in fine form next Sunday against Dearborn. Or maybe it's 2 Sundays from now. I didn't even write the date. I just know that's who the next home game is against, and it's on a Sunday. 30 seconds to go here. Power play for Indiana Tech. About 8:10 to go in the period. 4-0. Just 1 goal this period so far for Indiana Tech. That one coming from Pettimshand. Her second of the game. Bowler looking to feed into the middle for Legault. Knocked down by Junker. Backhanded across to the opposite side for Terpstra. Down low for, that is Legault. Bounces up high and comes down safely outside of the Concordia net. Back to 5-on-5 as Junker with the drive is redirected and she scores. That might be another goal off of a Concordia player. And it is. Junker leads the way back to the bench. And that is 2 goals for Concordia that are redirected in off their own players. That is just unfortunate to see. But that is still a great shot from Junker. Got some heat on that one. Well done. That does come just after the expiration of the power play, so it's a 5-on-5 goal. So as I was saying, only 1 goal this period for Indiana Tech. They took that as some disrespect and decided to make it 2. Just under 7.5 to go still in this middle frame. Indiana Tech already has more goals in this one than they did in either of the 2 previous meetings between the teams this season. Bask to Terpstra. To Hardy now. Lead pass for Bask. Now here come the Warriors again. Anderson, long shot. Rebound was briefly available, but Lennon able to cover it in time. Calverta. Over to Junker. Junker redirected there by Pettimshand, who now chases the rebound into the corner. Lost the handle on it. Taken up ice by Shore. Forced off the play by Pettimshand. Junker over to Calverta. Looking back through, finds Pettimshand. Great pass from number 9. Pettimshand wraps around down low. Still with it. Pester at the line. Not quite on the same page with Calverta. Now ends up with Yakachuk still in the zone. Forced away from her. Poke check from Calverta. Now Yakachuk tries to put it through right towards Juzak, but she can't get there to put the shot on net. Juzak, top of the point, Calverta. Rister goes just wide, bounces back. Yakachuk can't quite get it in between her skates to her stick for an opportunity. And now she goes down to the ice. Is able to knock it back down below the net. Anderson in on the forecheck. Sent up the wall. Legault comes over and keeps it alive. Sent back down. Indiana Tech. Good work here on the forecheck. They've really been cooking this entire period, honestly. Murray loose in front and then swept away by Dodson. Concordia, this is a rough period to be having, to really kind of be getting caved in with the long change. That's just the way it has been. It has not been the ideal situation for Concordia this period. That is for sure. But what's saving them is that they have been getting some saves here from Lennon. Just the 2 goals against this period. Legault. Gilmore. Her shot is turned aside. Bowler looking to take this one away. Croft off the wall to Legault. Backhanded over to Gilmore. Put right onto the stick of Kazmarek. Murray, near side for Grenier. Grenier, fans on the shot, and tries to pass to Bowler. Moves over to the left point. Hardy sends this one around down low. Kuzbel looking to take this one away. Now winds up with control. Goes to Grenier, who I think was trying to send that one upstairs, but didn't get the shot off in time. Croft right around Hardy. Now Croft has some help to the backside. It's Kazmarek, gets it to her, and Varner is already there reading that one like a children's book and makes the save. But nonetheless, for Concordia, at least that is something. 4:36 to go in this second period. Dodson backhanding it through. Looking for the opportunity there was Steinmetz, but it was foiled by the Warriors. Terpstra bounces up top for Orkish. Her shot does make it on net, but it is stopped. Rogers chipped around one, but it is deflected. Rolls on goal now to Varner. Concordia making changes. Terpstra with it. Has Pedamshand on the long stretchy. Gets it almost to her. It does get to her. Deflected, but nonetheless it is there. But Pedamshand now on her own. Nice move. Pedamshand around back. Now gets some support. And probably should have waited just a little bit longer on that pass, but I appreciate the effort. And speaking of effort, there's a great takeaway. There's a good-looking pass. But Juzak had her stick tied up. Calverta. Rister. Redirected. It goes just wide. Juzak. Up top. Legault walks it down the left side towards the net. Rebound sits there, but let in with the cover. 3:20 to go here, second period, and the Warriors threatening another goal. You know, should say, to give Concordia credit, they are looking like their schedule is a lot more promising down the last stretch of this season. A lot more games that I would say are more winnable than some of what they've played so far on their schedule. They've got UMass and Rhode Island next weekend. Michigan is probably their toughest remaining opponent, but they also have Grand Valley and Davenport. So Concordia is set up to have a good run to the finish line. Unfortunately, though, for them in terms of conference, they are in Indiana Tech's division, which, as I've spoken about before, is absolutely stacked. So there's really no chance for them to make it to the conference tournament, especially because they've already played all but 4 of their conference games and are 2-8 in those games. So that's not really a possibility. But either way, honestly, just as a program, getting some more wins as they come down the back half of this season, building some momentum for next season is good. Just not going their way today. But let's see if they can add something here with a power play coming up as a tripping penalty is called on Kayla Calverta, one of the senior members of this Indiana Tech women's hockey team, who, until I am told otherwise, I'm assuming that they are all graduating and are going to go through senior day. Again, until I'm told otherwise, I'm sure that there will be at least 1 or 2 that stick around for a 5th year. I'm pretty sure they're still eligible because of COVID, but if not, they would have just missed the cutoff. Bowler, after it's dumped down, just wastes no time, sends that one right on net. It's going to be very strange having a full-fledged senior day for this team. We've only had 1 so far, and that was just for 1. That was Brooklyn Moore back a couple of years ago. And this year, it's going to be different just in the sense that it's existing and because of some of the sentimental value with these players will have been on the original team. I think there's, 8 or 9 of them still left. So it should be interesting to see what the school does, if there's anything special that's done to kind of commemorate all of that. Obviously, this team kind of came out of the gates really hot. Made it to the national tournament probably before they had any business to. And what was a really unexpected but special first season, and even the second season to a little bit of a lesser extent because the standard had been set at that point. A little bit of a step back last season, but looking very strong this season, although the ranking kind of has them in a pretty similar spot as to where they were last season. But opportunities down the stretch to change that. I would have to assume that Bowler has a broken stick there because of the way she just dropped that one, like right next to her. So it's got to be broken, and she's just going to go right to the bench. So 99% chance as that clearing attempt is knocked off of the linesman and redirected in by Kazmarek, as Concordia has had some good looks on this power play in terms of at least having the puck. So that has been step one this period. As I say that, though, numbers for Indiana Tech. 2-on-1 shorthanded. Gilmore with the puck. Her shot is right into the chest of Lennon. 1:17 to go in the period. 30 seconds on the penalty to Calverta. Juzak to the face-off. Petamshand alongside Terpstra and Hardy complete the four on the ice for the Warriors as Terpstra looking to kill some clock here. Backs this one out. Juzak. Terpstra. And patient with it. Now we'll just send it down, but not all the way. No icing called here on Concordia. Hardy has some pressure on her. Back to 5-on-5 now. Croft, her shot, easily handled there by the Warriors. Another look for Concordia. Croft again. Good stop there from Petamshand, blocking that one before it has a chance to go anywhere. Good little move there from Orkish. Gets a little bit of space. It's a floater. It's still loose, and they score. So Concordia is able to get on the board here. That is an even strength goal, and I think that is going to be credited to Lauren Benoit. .6 seconds left in the period at the time of that goal. So there you go. Concordia gets a little something to stand a little taller going into the locker room here for our second intermission. And looking to add another one here late. Nice play. Steinmetz blocked. Rebound was there, though. Could have been an opportunity, but Indiana Tech does well to break that play up. Now the Warriors wanting to get that goal back. Yakachuk fakes it, feeds it through, almost there at the back door for Bowler, but it's just too far in front. Now in transition is Dodson. Should have probably just kept going along the wall. Might have had Episcopo beat. Tried to cut inside, though, and it did not work out as the buzzer sounds for the end of the second period. 5-1 our score. Indiana Tech 2 goals that period. And then with 28.6 seconds left, Benoit adds one for the visitors. We'll step aside. You're watching Indiana Tech Women's Hockey, brought to you by Summit City Sports.com.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Indiana Tech wasn't just where I got my bachelor's degree. It was where I met my wife and formed a network that helped me get an internship that turned into my first job after graduation. It was an easy decision when choosing where to get my master's degree too. The flexibility of online classes allowed me to go back to school while still building my career. And the professors were always there to make sure I was successful. If someone asks me, why Indiana Tech? I'll say, why not?
Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
I already had an associate degree, but I always knew I wanted to earn my bachelor's. Indiana Tech made it possible, even while I was juggling life and working a full-time job. The flexibility of online classes was great, and the professors were always there to help. The connections I made along the way still influence and inspire me in my everyday work. I'd tell anyone thinking about college to enroll in Indiana Tech today. It's one of the best decisions I made, and I'll be going back to earn my master's too.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Well, there's quite a few things I think that I enjoyed about the program. I love learning. To me, it's just like a lifelong journey. Definitely, I enjoyed interacting with the faculty and staff. I am so happy and thankful to be at Indiana Tech and go through the Global Leadership Program. I would definitely do it again. Definitely made me a better person.
Getting a degree is about timing and what's important to you. I'd found a role I was excited about, but I knew in order to set myself apart, I needed to further my education. For me, life was already happening. I was married with 2 kids. I had a manager who had gone to Indiana Tech and had great things to say about it. The flexibility of online classes was great, and the instructors were really supportive. Indiana Tech was everything I needed it to be, right when I needed it.
What's Indiana Tech all about? It's about getting involved and one-on-one interaction. It's about knowing you can afford it and that it will be worth everything in the end. It's about turning your passions into your purpose. And most of all, it's about being a part of it. What are you waiting for? Go for it.
The online class portion of this PhD was extremely enticing because I do work full-time, I teach on the side of that, and I have a family. So the idea of having online courses where you can go at your own pace really does help a full-time professional. So when it's a situation like that, you want to make sure you're at the right place. And I'm really fortunate that I definitely feel like I made the right decision.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
So some of the factors I think that went into deciding to pursue a PhD was, number one, I think the opportunity to really pursue my academic endeavors, and then also the focus on global leadership. I know that through this PhD program that I'm going to have all kinds of new opportunities that I didn't have open to me previously, and would highly encourage anyone considering a PhD program to look at Indiana Tech.
Through my research, I learned there are a lot of leadership programs, but they didn't capture what it takes. And then I realized Indiana Tech was the only program back then that has crafted this pathway for the new generation of global leaders. You come where there's no path and you leave a trail. And that is how I look at my journey here at Tech, and that's what I hope to pursue.
What's Indiana Tech all about? It's about making connections and finding opportunities that lead you to unexpected places. It's about knowing we can afford it and that the payoff in your future will be priceless. It's about doing what you like to figure out what you love. And most of all, it's about being a part of it. So enjoy it, all of it. Go for it.
As a former high school dropout, I am not a typical MBA graduate. To me, getting a master's degree is about learning how to learn and do research, and that's exactly what Indiana Tech did for me. As an adult, going back to school, there were a lot of things to factor in. I have a family, I was working 60 hours a week, so finding time to squeeze in an education was a challenge. The flexibility of online classes made it possible, and the staff was amazing too. I'd tell anyone looking to further their education to look into Indiana Tech.
What's Indiana Tech all about? It's about getting involved and one-on-one interaction. It's about knowing you can afford it and that it will be worth everything in the end. It's about finding opportunities that lead to unexpected places and finding yourself along the way. It's about making connections and finding new ways to make them stronger. It's about turning your passions into your purpose. And most of all, it's about being a part of it. What are you waiting for? Go for it.
Here at Indiana Tech, we call ourselves warriors. Everybody knows that warriors fight. They fight for their dreams, they fight for their goals, and they fight alongside fellow warriors. When something gets in your way, you don't stop, but you keep going. Warriors help fellow warriors, regardless of experience or prior accolades. Warriors are strong enough to know when they need help, and strong enough to know that every setback is only a set up to win in life on the job, in the classroom, and anywhere else. Through every cut, bump, bruise, a warrior overcomes every obstacle to achieve their goal, to win the war. So, my fellow warriors, as you strive for greatness, as you kick down every door and overcome every obstacle to reach your mountaintop, remember you are and always will be a warrior.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy to have you. It's our second intermission report. It's also 5-1 Indiana Tech after a pair of goals that period. We'll take a look at them here. The first one, another early one from Izzy Pettimshand. This one coming at 4 versus 4 for the Warriors. And Pettimshand, great teamwork there with Junker to make it that 4-0 lead that Indiana Tech had. They made it 5 here on this one. Now Junker gets her chance to shine. Great shot here from the point. Redirected into the net by a Concordia player. No Selly. Cool, calm, and collected there from Junker. No pictures on the scoreboard, though. Moving forward, Concordia did get one late there. This one coming from Lauren Benoit. I was going to say Grace. Good thing I checked. Lauren Benoit, the goal for Concordia. 5-1 our score. You're watching Indiana Tech Women's Hockey. We'll be back with you in about 3 minutes, give or take. You're watching Indiana Tech Women's Hockey, as I already said. Brought to you by SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. Goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Here at Indiana Tech, we call ourselves warriors. Everybody knows that warriors fight. They fight for their dreams, they fight for their goals, and they fight alongside fellow warriors. When something gets in your way, you don't stop, but you keep going. Warriors help fellow warriors, regardless of experience or prior accolades. Warriors are strong enough to know when they need help, and strong enough to know that every setback is only a set up to win in life, on the job, in the classroom, and anywhere else. Through every cut, bump, bruise, a warrior overcomes every obstacle to achieve their goal, to win the war. So, my fellow warriors, as you strive for greatness, as you kick down every door and overcome every obstacle to reach your mountaintop, remember you are and always will be a warrior.
Welcome back inside the Swartman Parkview Ice House. About ready to get third period action underway here. Teams back out on the ice. A fresh 20 has been thrown up on the scoreboard. Bench doors have been closed. Players at center ice, and we're back underway. Really holding for effect right there for sure. Building a little extra suspense here. Leading into this final 20 minutes of our action tonight. And then the return tomorrow. Let me just switch back to the schedule. Return matchup tomorrow, 5 p.m. And then next weekend, Dearborn here, Sunday at 2 p.m. So unfortunately, that is going to cause conflicts of interest with football. So hopefully there is not a good game on next Sunday at 2 p.m. Here's Kuzbel. There's a shot that's blocked. Pedham Shand with control. A little circle. Knocked away from her. Episcopo down low. Croft gets it out past Yakachuk. In the skates of Pedham Shand. She falls down to the ice. Warriors trying to get things figured out here. Calverta. It is 5-on-5, by the way. No carryover penalty time. Yakachuk carries this across the line. Slowing up. Yakachuk. Sauced across to Legault. Legault to Anderson. Rister. That one goes just wide. And we'll get a whistle here with 18:31 to go in the period. And in the game. I can say that now. Terpstra up top. Backhanded down low. Rims around to Murray. Anderson. Tied up down low. Murray comes in with the help, but it's going to be picked out of there. That might be Fucha at the far side. Can't tell what the first digit is. Actually, I think that's McLaughlin now. Updating my opinion on that, and now I can confirm. Gilmore dumps this one in. McLaughlin to Kazmarek near side. Gains center, dumps this one in. Bounces out in front. Varner is going to go ahead and just cover this one with 17:49 to play. Schuyler into the circle. Fired wide by Dodson. Rims around to Hubbard far side wall. Dodson another try. Bounces to the near corner. Up top Schuyler. Her shot. That one had a little bit of traffic in front. But Varner got the glove on it. Loose. Can't cover it. Dodson centering. Didn't get to Steinmetz. Carried away now by Episcopo. Episcopo launches that one high. Comes around to Grenier. Grenier and Bass going to work. Shore looking to connect with Steinmetz through the middle. On and off her stick and then dumped in by Grenier. Sent all the way down the ice. Played by Whiting. Yakachuk. Yakachuk with it. Passes over. Calverta, her shot. Save made. And held on to by Lennon. I would normally say what team / school they played for last, but I am not even going to try with this one for Lennon. That's got to be, considering she's from Quebec, that's got to be French. And there's just absolutely no chance that I'm going to get that right. So not even going to waste my time and embarrass myself by attempting to. Here comes Concordia. Dumped in. Gilmore doesn't have to worry about getting there first because it's icing. Comes back down the ice with 16:25 to go in this third period. Bowler deflected off the skate of Benoit. Comes up top for Legault. Wrister knocked down. Bowler trying to sweep it, but does not get her stick on it first. Murray gives way to Legault. Legault walks it down. Looks to go back across to Murray, who cycles now for Bowler. Sent down the ice. Going to be picked up by Gilmore. Gilmore over to Bowler. Carries it across the line. Her shot goes wide. Bounces around to Croft. Now out of the zone to Terpstra in neutral ice. Terpstra's pass intercepted by McCarthy. Dumped in, but gloved down by Hardy. Backhanded in the neutral zone for Kuzbel. Moved on to Grenier. Grenier, right idea, not the best execution, but Kuzbel ends up with it nonetheless. Not sure about that one. We'll let it go, though. And that is just unfortunate. Compounding an error with another there for Kuzbel, who passes it directly to a Concordia player and then on the back check proceeds to take a penalty. But I will go back to my saying, better to do that when you are leading by a bit than when you are leading by a little, or even worse, trailing. .51 on the clock, 2 minutes on the power play here for Concordia. Face-off is controlled by the Warriors. And now it is just easily cleared out by Episcopo. Kazmarek, Shore. Getting her stick in the way of that is Juzak. Episcopo doesn't get much on that. Concordia had to tag up, and Collins didn't have eyes in the back of her head and make a pass to a little bit more spacious area. Steinmetz with one right in front unattended. That's Dodson. Doesn't burn Indiana Tech, though. Dodson with an even 1 minute on the penalty to Kuzbel. Dodson, Kazmarek. Her drive goes wide. Over now to Bowler. She'll opt to just send this one all the way down with 45 seconds still to go in the power play. Juzak on the puck now for Indiana Tech. Has 3 red jerseys surrounding her and still doing a good job of forcing Concordia to burn some time here. And now they do finally get that organized a little bit. And as I say that, that is easily intercepted by Calverta and sent right back down. 10 more seconds for Concordia. 12:55 on the clock. And promptly ice it as time expires on the power play. 12:46. Relatively uninspiring there in the last minute and a half. I guess I should say that's if you are supporting Concordia. If you're an Indiana Tech fan, you probably enjoyed that a little bit more. Good effort from Juzak, kind of thwarting anything Concordia was trying to do there for about that middle 45-ish seconds of the power play. Terpstra in the neutral zone to Rogers. Bask trying to work it back outside. Gilmore unable to keep this one in. Comes out and regroups now with Terpstra. Off the stick of Grenier to Benoit. Gilmore on the scene. Loose puck is played by Kazmarek. Kazmarek through a couple of Warriors. Has some help. Kazmarek right in front. And saved there by Varner as Terpstra took the player with the puck. The crossing feed was not quite strong enough, though, for the Cardinals to capitalize. Orkish. Comes the Coops. Right onto the stick of Juzak. Stretch pass was looking for Whiting, but couldn't connect. Coops has it knocked away from Juzak, excuse me. Juzak hits the brakes, has Hardy in support, looks to go back down low instead. Whiting couldn't gain access to the slot. Lennon unable to reach it to get the cover. Now backhanded to the neutral zone where it's played by Episcopo. Yakachuk tries to barrel right through one. It is controlled, though, by Concordia now. Gaining center and dumping it in is Fucha. Hardy. Hard pass to Whiting. Far side is Yakachuk. Yakachuk to Murray. Battled for over in front of the Concordia bench, and they open the door. I don't know if they opened the door or if they just didn't close it the last time they opened it, but it looked like it got opened because there were already people on it. 10:37, though, to go now. Third period. .37, 5-1 our score. Neutral zone draw. Played now by Murray. She takes a spill. Bowler. And we do have a penalty. Or I think that might just have ended up being offside. Offside. So we'll do it again from the same spots. 10:29 now. Bowler comes up top to Episcopo. Knocked away, though, and forced back out to the neutral zone. Benoit, flyby by Kuzbel, able to get around it. Benoit. Collins now. Bounces behind the Warrior net. Junker turns it back up the strong side. Has all this room. Skating with it. With the head of steam here. Junker all on her own, though. Junker still with it. Backhander. Save made by Lennon. Rebound picked up by Kuzbel. Now Grenier couldn't get a stick on it. Rogers' shot is deflected and doesn't get to the net. Cleared out of the zone. And now gathered in by Junker. D for Calverta. Gains center and dumps this one in. Bounces behind the goal. Hubbard just sends it straight up towards the Concordia bench, hoping for a teammate to be there. They weren't quite ready for it, though. Collins. Reading that was Gilmore, but getting beat on the play, at least initially, was Gilmore by Steinmetz. Steinmetz, though, with no support. Support does come in, though, bouncing around in the slot. Dangerous. And a good save there by Varner, able to track the puck. And we do have a penalty coming, of course. from the back official. There's a shot and covered up by Varner. Love to see what this one is. Holding. I don't even know. I legitimately have zero idea who this is on. Yeah, I don't think anybody does. It is on Calverda. There we go. Her second penalty of the game. How many penalties are we at? So 5 in the first, 4 is 9 in the second. Now we are up to 11 after this most recent one on Calverda. 8:39. And another power play for Concordia. What has, as predicted, been a penalty-filled affair, relatively speaking. Bouncing puck. Far side. Legault able to clear, but it doesn't get all the way down unless Concordia decides they want to take it all the way back. And they will start it again from their own hash marks. Terpstra to Legault. Sends it down the ice. This one again doesn't get all the way down. Concordia needs to move this one quickly as Indiana Tech changes all 4, and that's going to be icing, or they do wave it off. That would have been a tough one for Concordia, if I do say so myself. Good block there by Murray. That should be a penalty. That one we are good with. That is going to be boarding or roughing, take your pick, as Murray sent into the wall from a couple of feet off. And that is going to be on Collins, and they are just going to go with roughing. So that'll be 1:06 of 4-on-4 time. And then 54 seconds of power play time for Indiana Tech. 5-1 lead still. Nothing this period on the goals side of our score tab. Hardy sends the shot wide. And another one. That is on Benoit. And I think that is a checking from behind. So that one comes, 14 seconds afterwards? So 4-on-3 now for 52 seconds. And then it is going to be still, instead of a Indiana Tech power play, just plain old, it'll be whatever that time was that I initially said of 5-on-3. I think it was like 54 seconds or something like that. So we'll see what happens from here. Whitink across the line. Whitink, Episcopo, nope, right through her skates and all the way down the ice. Murray. Knocked away. Here comes Dodson. 1-on-1 with Junker. Dodson, shot, goes just wide. Rebound right back to her. And Dodson at least successfully eating some time here. But now, back onto the ice comes Calverda. And stretch pass ahead for Juzak. The juice is loose. Breakaway on the power play. Juzak scores! Arena Juzak works out nicely there for her. And that is a 5-on-3 power play goal on the breakaway. And that will make it a 6-1 hockey game, and it will still be a 5-on-4 power play for Indiana Tech for 101. Off the draw. Eventually comes down the ice to Yakachuk. Here is Gilmore. Over to Bowler. Bowler gets around one. No problemo. Her shot goes just high. Yakachuk again on the prowl. Yakachuk cutting in front off the post. Still loose in front. But that one, I think, was blocked and sent wide. Juzak, the most recent goal scorer for the Warriors. We have 3 goals on special teams this afternoon, and no evening, but it would normally be evening at this time of day for clarity. Bounces around to Bowler. Couple of Warriors go for a change. Bowler will just throw a shot on net. Yakachuk will pick up in the corner. 5 more seconds on the power play, and then we'll be back to 5-on-5. 5.5 minutes to play as out of the penalty box is Benoit. Yakachuk down to the ice. No penalty, thankfully. Kuzbel looking for one. Blocked, though, on the way. Good read of the play from Concordia. Kuzbel, strong back check. No penalty that time, so we like to see that. Now Collins on the other blue line. Long shot, that one just wide. Looked dangerous there for a half of a second. Episcopo. Kuzbel involved. A release back around to the far side for Gilmore. And are we going to get offsetting penalties here? I think we are. Or maybe not. Maybe there was it just a preemptive strike from the linesman. All right, 4:50. And that was nothing penalty related. So 5-on-5 still here in this 6-1 hockey game. Got to make sure I update our scoreboard. There we go. That's more like it. Hardy. Anderson. Not that time. Anderson trying it again. Yakachuk to Hardy. Up the ice. That one was kept in. Didn't end up mattering in the end, though. Bowler. Bowler, look at this, going upstairs, but missing the mark. Karam's around to Hardy. Played down low now by Hubbard. Pressured by Bowler. Turned back by Coops. Whiting picks this one up as she comes back to the neutral zone. Taken down and crashes hard into the wall. No penalty, though. Yakachuk gets around McCarthy, but gets slowed up in the process and does have to drop it back to Junker. Junker gains the line, has Juzak with her. Junker with the shot, though, blocker decided by Lennon. Around to Yakachuk. Right point, dangling through a couple, gets her stick lifted, but not held, critically. Bask knocks that one away. Approaching the final 3 minutes of this hockey game. What has been a good start to the new year for the Warriors. Here's Legault. Legault with a shot. Another blocker save from Lennon. Bask. Patient with the puck here. Jumps over the stick of Sylvie Legault. Far corner. Played by Grenier. So that might have been... No, Legault is out there. I'll stick with what I said. Here's Terpstra into the corner. Passing to Rogers. Turned aside, though. Terpstra picking up on the rebound. Terpstra out high. Her shot. Easy save made by the sophomore keeper. 2:28 to go. Joe Hacker, Doug Foy alongside you here tonight. We do appreciate you tuning in from wherever you're joining us from. Terpstra tried to keep that one inside the zone, but could not. That's going to be tripping on Anderson. No, they actually let that one go. All right. Now Anderson with it. Sent far side. Looking to catch Murray in stride. She'll pick up off the wall. Murray toe dragging into the middle. Backhander, she's taken out. That will be a penalty. And now touched up by Concordia. We can get the call at an even 2 minutes. Concordia with the last 3 penalties in a row. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 for the game. And this is going to be on Kazmarek. So Indiana Tech, unless they score again, will be on a power play for the rest of this hockey game. Again, they've got 2 power play goals today and a 4-on-4 goal as well, so we'll see. They could be looking for the touchdown here. Oh, they already actually have the touchdown. Should specify. Looking for the extra point. Will they get it? Terpstra. I should send my condolences to the Episcopos, actually, out of Pennsylvania. I'm assuming they're Penn State people. If not, I retract that. But that's got to be a devastating one last night. Terpstra, save made. But honestly, if we're being real, got to expect it at this point. You know, big game James. There was never a doubt. Never a doubt. That is a tough way to lose it, though, with that interception at the end. Oh, my goodness. 1:27 on the clock. If this were a closer game, I would probably change it. But at this point, honestly, I don't think it really makes any difference. Episcopo walking the line. Legault walking along the line. Now down behind the net. Junker. Redirected up. And out of play. 1:05. Kuzbel. Switched off with Junker. Deflected down. Backhanded up the wall. And again played by Junker. Again, Indiana Tech is on a power play here. Collins sends it down the ice. And if you needed further proof that they were on the power play, that one's no icing. Down to the last, 35 seconds now. As it's carried across by Murray. Episcopo. Backhanded out of the zone by Dodson. Inside of 20 seconds as this one rolls all the way down. Bowler will rim it far side for Junker. Sent back across. That's intercepted though. Maybe a last try here for Concordia, but a good defensive play from Junker to knock it away. And that is going to do it. It is a 6-1 victory for the Warriors of Indiana Tech. So the Warriors with the win improved to 14-3-1-1 ahead of tomorrow's rematch. And Concordia 3-10-0. The Warriors with goals today. 2 from Pedham Shands, Yakachuk, Terpstra, Junker, and Juzak adding goals of their own. We will see you back here next week. It'll be Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock start time against University of Michigan Dearborn. That should be a good one. You won't want to miss it. We'll go ahead and call it here, though, for my camera operator, Doug Foy. My name is Joe Hackery. Thank you for joining us. This has been Indiana Tech Women's Hockey, brought to you by Summit City Sports.